Hey y'all, good Sunday morning. It's Steph here from Steph's Adventures and Fab Finds. And this morning's chit chat is about the financial end of investing in luxury handbags. I am an eBay seller. I am a trusted eBay seller, long time trusted eBay seller. So the financial end of things is something that is always on my mind. It's not something that people as influencers or vloggers like to or tend to put a focus on. I'm very proud of this YouTuber. Handbagaholic is also very good at Sophie is very good at doing their numbers. Lula LV is good at doing the numbers. And speaking of the numbers, here are some of the numbers for the Louis Vuitton holiday collection as a comparison. It is a snippet that I took out of this Sweet Dear's video. She's new to me, so I am going to list her link below for this video. She's come up with a lovely spreadsheet. And you can see here some things actually went down and some things went up. So, and also you have to take a look at not necessarily what the average price of gas is, but what you're paying at the pump, if that makes any sense. What you're paying at your local gas station. So, that's kind of the comparison here. The actual value, retail, estimate, appraisal, or whatever that you have of an item rests in what you can actually sell that piece for. I think last year's Christmas mini pochette, let's find the mini pochette right up here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that is about the average price there. That you would pay right now. And of course you see the difference is pretty substantial. This might have been the retail price, but these are going anywhere from I think $5.99 to $7.50 on eBay. And that's in the condition, box, bag, paperwork, the whole 9 yards. So, yeah. If you can imagine, that's inflation. Say hello to inflation. And I could kick myself in the butt. I could have got last year's for $5.50. And I didn't do it because I was bound and determined to get that thing for $5.25 and no less. And, yeah. Okay. So I didn't get last year's. So, that's why this year's is so precious to me. And I bit the bullet. And I paid $325 more for this year's. Everybody applaud. That's how brilliant I am. But here's the kicker. When you think about that, it like that, it really sucks, right? The reason being is because the one that I purchased for $145, I am guesstimating that I would be able to sell it once it's sold out, and it's gone. That I'll be able to sell that piece for probably about $200 more. Now you got to think about when you sell something, it costs an average of anywhere from 10 to 20% to sell on any platform at the minimum. It costs an average of, and on eBay I can tell you that it can cost anywhere from 10 to 20% to sell on eBay. And I imagine it could cost you more with add-ons and stuff like that. You know, if you don't have an eBay store. So, yeah. And it costs more actually to sell on Amazon and the other platforms, which is why I stick with eBay. You know, because I don't want to give up a dime more than I have to. So, you got to understand that if I sell this mini pochette that I just purchased and that I've used, if I decide to pass the love on and give it a new home, I would have to charge at least 20% more to recoup my purchase, which is why oftentimes you will see, and it looks like that people are trying to make that extra 20% because your mind doesn't register that as a seller, and you really do have to have a seller's mind to keep that in mind, that the seller has to charge an extra 20% just to recoup their $845. So, 84, 160, saying about 170, or just short of 170. You would have to add that 170 to the 845 to get anyway, I don't know if I've had enough coffee and everything to get that math right. But anyway, you say 845 plus 20%. And you say that 20%, are somewhere between 170 and 1. But anyway, it bothers me if I don't calculate, but I'm going to fix and do that right now. You add that to the 845, and you have to sell it for that. So it looks like there might be some markups going on and stuff like that, and everything. But you got to consider, yeah, like I said, either you're gonna have to bite the 20% to sell it, or either you're gonna have to charge the 20% to sell it. Now, either which way it goes, it doesn't matter what the market is doing, who says what, whatever. You can give your best guesstimate to see when to dump your stock, but you never know till you know. So the point is, and I know, you never know when to buy something on sale, whether it's going to get marked down or not, or whether to go on and purchase it at full price, so you don't miss out on it. So it's that kind of thing. When you're trying to sell something, you want to sell it at the best time for the best price. If you're invested, now of course we all been caught with our pants down in our lives and had to financially, so to speak, and have had to sell a few things to pay the bills. And you want to be sure that when you sell these items, if you're buying them as an investment piece, that you'll be able to get your money back out of them and then some. And also, the difference in inflation between last year's $520 and this year's $845. If you look at the price increase on some of the handbags, now to us $300 is like, whoa, but we're still here in our minds. We are still right here in our minds. When everything else is right here in reality. So, and as shocking as this may be to go from this to this, that's where it is. And I'm sorry that it is a wake-up call to see it with our dear sweet mini pochette from Louis Vuitton. But, like I said, the mini pochette by Louis Vuitton had already gone up to $745. It had already got that increase. And it being a holiday Christmas, limited edition, of course, it needed to cost more. It costs more to produce. Therefore, the value of this one will pretty much stay between $500 to $750, regardless of what inflation does. This piece, because it was dropped at $845, will stay variantly between $800 and $1,000, based on the progression, or rather the resting price of last year's mini pochette. And I've kept up with this particular piece for over a year now. So that's how I can honestly give you a comparison of these two. This is the one I kept up with, that I was chasing. And this is the one that I purchased. And that I now have in possession and use when I just absolutely totally love. But anyway, in investing in pieces, you need to keep in mind that you're either going to bite or charge 20% to sell an item. And it is heartbreaking to see people go through selling their bags and having to go through the emotional experience of parting with those bags that mean so much to you, that people are willing to pay so little for. So when you're selling your bags, or when you're thinking about purchasing an item, make sure that you go through, you keep in your mind what you're going to do with that item for a lifetime. Is it a lifetime piece? Is it a piece that you feel like that you may want to sell after a year's use, after the season is over? Some people do that, and sell it and buy a new piece. Excuse me. You guys have to do you. You have to sit down and figure out what your business model is when you're spending that kind of money on luxury items, and I don't care who you are. All men are falling and come short of the bank account. I mean, come on now. You got to keep it straight. It's so, because you can get lost in the chase and the glitz and the glam and then in the hype and everything. And so what I'm saying is, don't get stars in your eyes and get convinced that you're buying an investment piece, or convincing yourself that you're buying an investment piece, because you've got to consider, it's like with gaming. With gaming, the casino is going to take, it only guarantees a 96 to 98% payback, and that's in Vegas gaming. And Vegas gaming, that means that the house is going to take 3% off the top, anywhere from 4, generally 3, take anywhere from 4 to 1% off the top. That's what they are capable of doing. And generally, they're taking 3% off the top, 3 to 4%. Generally, it's 3%. But anyhow, that means that they're going to take that 3% off the top. You got to take 20% off the top when you look at purchasing this item. That's in an extreme situation in which you may end up taking a hit or a loss on. And also, I hear a lot of everyday handbag being used in luxury terms. Certain particular bags, like Louis Vuitton, are sought after because of the bohemian chic look that the traveled bag look. Excuse me, y'all. That the travel bag look gives you. There are very few bags in the designer world that people actually seek with the ragtag look, because it makes it look more authentic and more what am I looking for? Romance in the Stones, that kind of thing. Type look, and that adventurer look, So that just, that aviator look, that adventurer look. So it's that vibe And that authenticity that they used, and that's what sets Louis Vuitton apart from any other designer, is that Louis Vuitton bags are designed to look interesting and desirable, even after being used, thrown down, and stomped in the mud. Somebody's still gonna buy that bag. That's the bottom line. Somebody's still gonna buy that bag. And with a Chanel bag, they're just so basic and classic that it's really hard to hurt them. And when you do, they can always be restored back to the classic. So, and that's what, your grandma had that bag, her grandma had that bag. And so it's kind of just a staple, an everyday little girl, old lady, and everything in between prissy handbag. And that's why those are, the staples in the Kelly Hermes, as basic as that, the Birkin, as basic as those bags are, basic sales, baby. That's, it's just a good, traditional, durable, even if it looks worn, it still somehow or another looks like a travel bag. And I guess that's what makes those style bags so desirable, is they look like a leather satchel that you would wear on the horse. It looks like a Grace Kelly. It's everything in that in between, because it is so basic. Yes, we like basic. And if that makes me basic, I'll be basic. So, but anyhow, getting back to the money end of things, I just wanted you guys to take a look at that and be aware that, yes, even though this is shocking to go from this to this, that it is a reflection of the economy, and it can't be helped. And let's not blame the designing houses, and who have actually seemed to try to give us a little help with giving us a break here and there where they could. Like with the Zippy coin that went down from $5.70 to $5.55. So, and going down from $8.40 to $8.35 on the Sarah wallet. So, let us not get lost. Because the cost of production for them can change from year to year. And let's not be so harsh on them for the harsh increases and whatnot and whatever. And some increases, were creeps. In meaning that they only went up a few dollars. What's it? $6.65 to $6.70. So, yeah, let's keep in mind that this again is a reflection of our market, and it's $8.45 the new norm. You betcha. And it will stay around that price, up and down, whatever, as far as inflation and how the market and how production end up costing Louis Vuitton. So, I don't think that they're just doing this for the heck of it. It's never good for them to have to go up on prices, which is obviously their feeling about it, for them to go down on prices. Generally, any retailer that starts out is not going to drop their retail price. That is not the way things work in retail. They mark it down, they put it on sale. Louis Vuitton does not put things on sale. They base things on the release price. And that's where it sits with Louis Vuitton, is at the release price. So what they've done is they have not given us anything, like they not dropped the price of the mini pochette on their website. What they did was they increased the price of the new one that they dropped, which is comparing apples to oranges, even though they're both fruits. So, I hope this video has been informative, and I will probably do a part 2 pretty soon, and we will go through an actual sales process, so that you can see what happens and whatnot in that sales process. If you've never done that before, or if you want some tips and tricks on doing that, I'll be happy to go through and do that for you. But anyway, this is kind of a tester video about that. And it gets to be lengthy trying to explain everything. And so we're going to do a part 1 and part 2. But anyway, I hope you guys, wherever you are in the world, that peace and love will find you. And that you have all that you ever dreamed of. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. Love.